In today's video, I'll be sharing how I found out I was pregnant and what my first trimester was like. Let's dig in together. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be like about motherhood and not health and all that I've been posting for the past couple of weeks. And so today I'm talking about how I found out I was pregnant and my first trimester, what went down in my first trimester. So backstory: when I didn't know, of course, I don't know for every other person, but I don't know whoever knows they were pregnant. But mine, I didn't think it was going to be pregnancy. Why? Because as at when I was pregnant, even before I realized I was pregnant, of course, I missed my period. This wasn't even the first time of me missing my period, right? I just thought it was stress because at that time I was taking care of a loved one, and right, so it was the whole, I thought it was just the whole stress of moving from moving in the hospital, going from one place, going to get drugs, going to get doctored, because the loved one was in a federal hospital in Nigeria. So I mean, you know how it can be, you just know how that can be, going from this ward to going to that ward, trying to get the doctor, trying to get the nurse, trying to get this one, that one. I just thought it was stress, trust me. So I just like, when this is over, I will share find get my period. And I wasn't even really concerned. Like, I wasn't concerned, like, even if I didn't want it to come at this point because of what I was going through or how I was feeling at that point. So fast forward to after leaving the hospital and all of that, and going back to, at that time I was with my brother, so I went to my brother's place, and you know, his wife was like, that this one that you've not seen period. And then I was just tired. I could not take, me that I can walk, like I can take walks and all that, I could not take like few steps and I'll just be tired. I just wanted to be taking water. I was just taking water, any small thing, give me water, any small thing, give me. And I was hungry. God, I was hungry. I was always hungry. There was nothing that I would eat that I would be okay with. I could eat rice now and immediately I could eat eba. I could take anything. This was before I found out I was pregnant here. So I was just eating anyhow, eat this, eat that, eat that. I just kept on eating. So my brother was like, this one that you're eating anyhow. And then sleep. I was sleeping too. You're eating anyhow, you're sleeping, this one, that one. And of course my boobs were, of course, big and all that, heavy. I just thought they were, you know, period things and period symptoms, but just the period just did not come, right? Probably my body knew that it was time to have my period, but it was not just coming. So that went, right? And then she was like, that let's go to the hospital together and get tested. Like, oh no, so I was going to go and do malaria tests, right? That, okay, if it was malaria, so I could even treat it, because the way I was feeling, I was actually feeling like I had malaria and probably typhoid. You know the way it is in Nigeria now, that if you have malaria, you have to have typhoid. It's like, it goes hand in hand. So I just thought it was malaria, probably malaria plus with typhoid, that kind of thing. So I was like, let me just go. I'd like to know what it was so that I could treat it properly and all that. Immediately we got to the hospital, the doctor, she was a lady, of course, she was like, that this one is pregnant. That I looked at her like this, I said, this woman, you know, do you know what you're saying? Which one is pregnancy how? But you know, of course, I'm married, so I mean, it's possible. It's not that it's not possible. It's not like we didn't prepare to get pregnant or anything. So after the lady was like, but after the doctor was like, that she's pregnant, I'm like, let's just do the test. That I came into the malaria test, and then if this is the same blood you take, so whatever blood you take, please do malaria and pregnancy. Lady was like, no, that I should go and take blood. If she had everything, she would come back like around. It was in the afternoon, so they just come back around like they just come back in the evening and all that. There and there, I was now actually calculating this in my head. Okay, I was adding 2 plus 2. It wasn't giving 4. 2 plus 2 was like 3. I was like, what's happening? Isha went back when the result was ready. Claire, it was written boldly, pregnant, positive. I said, hey, how was I going to? Of course, I wasn't scared. At that moment, I wasn't scared or anything. I was like, all well and good. Of course, it didn't, you know, I didn't even know what to feel, right? I didn't know what to feel because I was still like recovering from you know, the loss of a loved one and all that. So I didn't even know what to feel. I didn't even want to just I can't went back home. My husband was with us at that time. I went back home and I told my husband that the pregnancy came back positive. Afterwards, I told him, and then he was like, okay. Then they told me to come back for another test. I think they told us to come back for another test and probably a scan to confirm and all that. So we went to do the scan in another hospital. So getting to the other hospital, when we got there, those ones checked and those ones were like, that is positive, and they were looking like twins. Twin, twin, what? We're looking like twins, and like, okay, no other. So that passed, and then we went back to. I left my brother's place, and then we went back to our house in Lagos. At the time, we were in Otta, so we went back to Lagos. And getting to Lagos, I had to go and register for antenatal and all that. I got to the hospital and they checked, they did this, they did that, and then they confirmed that I was pregnant, of course. And then, but they confirmed that it wasn't twins, that it was probably an empty sac that they thought was the second child and all that. I felt a little bit sad, right? But I'm like, I felt a little bit sad, but then again, I'm like, God already knows that if I want to have twins, he would have given me their name, but he knew that it was probably not the time for me to handle 2 children at once. So that's that. And then afterward, you see, the moment I realized I was pregnant, the moment I saw that I was pregnant, everything changed. That's how you know that this our mind can take it to, like, this our mind can do a lot. Before I was pregnant, I wasn't throwing up, I wasn't doing, but the moment that I realized that things started smelling, that you could not eat fish. I love fish, especially Titus or Kwanla. Any fish I will eat, or probably not catfish. I don't like catfish, but Titus, Kwanla, I can eat these ones. But at that time, you can be cooking it like 3 blocks away. I can smell it, and I would feel like throwing up. That was how bad it was. I could not eat fish. I could not eat fish. Even water. Taking water was so stressful. So before finding out, I was taking a lot of water. But the moment I realized I could not take water, so I had to switch up. I mean, I needed to take a lot of water because, I needed the energy, I needed the strength and all that. So as much as I could, I took water. But food, one thing that, as much as I was throwing up, food, I chop. I ate. I could eat 5 times a day. Bring anything my way, I would eat it, as long as it's not fish. Even if it is fish, that would be very hot. Like, it must probably, you just finish cooking it and I eat it immediately. Not that it is cold. I could not eat cold food. You can't bring cold food near me. I can't eat it. I can't deal with cold food. My food has to be hot, like hot food immediately. Like, as you are finishing as you finish cooking, like, just serve me, let me eat my food. That's how it was. Then that was like for the first 4 weeks, right? First trimester 3 months. That's for like first month. The second month, my God, I started throwing up. I would throw. You see, I would throw. I could not, because I needed to brush, right? Of course, I needed to brush every morning. Every morning that I finished brushing, I throw up. I dreaded brushing, and I needed to brush because once I'm awake like this, I have to brush my teeth because it was irritating me. The fact that I had not brushed. If I had the chance of brushing in the middle of the night, I would do that. But I could not, of course. The moment I wake up like this, I had to brush. Immediately I finish brushing, or while I'm brushing, I throw up. That means I would throw up probably the water I took in the middle of the night, or the food I ate the night before. I would throw up and empty my stomach. I would throw up and, like, when you throw up and then you just sit down and relax and you're on the bed and you're like looking like this. That was how I would throw. I would throw up every single thing that was inside of me. Everything. Regardless of what, everything, I would throw that up. Then, so after I throw up, it's not like I'll not throw up and eat though. After I throw up, I'll now wait probably like some hours, probably like 2 hours before opening my mouth. This was in the second month, right? I'll wait like for some hours, and then, so in the second month, I actually reduced the way I was eating. It's reduced because there were little to the things I could take. The food I would generally feel excited about, I would never feel excited. Anything I felt like eating, I tried my best to get it. That's one thing. Anything I wanted to eat, I ate. I did not allow anything. If I feel like eating this thing, I find it, I eat it. Because what? You only live once. That was how it was. Then in the third month, when I was moving to my second trimester, I started eating better, right? And one thing I ate a lot was noodles and pepper. Noodles, pepper, and egg. One thing is, I actually did not cook. I really did not. I wasn't cooking. My husband was doing most of the cooking. I could not cook. Okay, I only cook when I feel like eating. So if, for example, I feel like eating a foriro, I make the foriro that I want to eat and move on. If I don't feel like, if I don't see the need, or if I don't feel like it, I don't cook. I don't do anything. So that's basically all. That was like, as far as I can remember, right? That's all that happened in my first trimester. One major thing that happened was vomiting, eating a lot, and feeling tired. And I felt I was feeling so much tired. I was like, I think it was because I had a low PCV, which is, I think my iron level was low at that first trimester, so it was a lot. So yeah, that's basically what happened in my first trimester. One thing I helped in my first trimester was sleep. I slept. I mean, my first trimester, I slept better than my second and third, obviously, because my tummy was not out, and there was still space to breathe in and breathe out and eat well and all that. So one thing I did a lot was sleep. Every time I could, I slept. Every time I could rest, I didn't stress myself. Anything that was looking like stress, I ran away from it. Whether it was work stress, or whether it was Nigerian stress, or whether it was stress from sellers, or maybe I was going to buy somebody was to stress me, whether I was stressed from transport people, from Okada, or from Okada rider, or from bus driver, I did not want it, because I could not deal. I was dealing with a lot by myself already, so I could not even deal with anything. So that was one thing I did that helped me. Another thing I did was taking a lot of water. Right, I took a lot of water. I was taking water. Aside from the first month that I could not really take in water, from the second month I took a lot of water. I was taking water as I could. Of course, I don't take soda, I don't take energy drinks and all that, so it was just water, maybe malt. I think I was taking malt. Yeah, cold malt. Motina tutu. I was taking very cold malt. That also helps me. And then, well, another thing I did was, of course, because you're at that point, your first, like, the moment you find out you're pregnant, you're already having enlarged boobs and all that. So I switched to maternity bra immediately. I did not even bother. I did not care of how I was looking. I switched to maternity bra immediately, because that was what I could use to make me feel comfortable, right? I just did things that made me feel comfortable. These are the things that I did that helped that really helped me in my first trimester. So in my next video, I'll be talking about my second trimester, the things I did, the things I ate, and the things I did not eat, and if I did use medication or not. Alright guys, thank you for watching today's video, and see you guys at the next one. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.